All right, time for the meat and potatoes. Give me a price tag.
$12 million.
Woo! Your last name ain't Trump, is it? You wanna watch like that?
Yeah.
Damn right you do. Everybody wanna watch like that. How we get it?
I go practice.
Let's go get it.
You're famous over here for being Bubbles.
I am famous over here for being Bubbles, which
I
is
mean,
a great
listen,
thing.
listen,
It's a great thing. We're talking 5 years of hard work.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, in the States, it was so strange, because in the States, we didn't know we were good for a long time.
Oh, for real?
When we were shooting it, we were like, this is kind of slow. It's a lot of talking. Never got nominated for anything in all 5 years. So it took a while for us to realize this was a great show. It only happened like in the middle or end of the 4th season.
Wow.
When we started walking around and people, the way they came up to us,
You
felt the weight of, oh wait, this is not just the regular BET watchers.
Yeah.
It ain't just the young black kids that watching. Yeah. The whole world started watching. Like, you know, when you got a 70-year-old old lady coming up to you like, I love your show. My son used to be like, it wasn't just a fan base, it was a personal. It had that kind of an impact. But over here in London, the UK, it was the first ones to nominate us for a BAFTA. And we felt like, you know, down west and Idris was like, yo, you know, we got love in London. And we were like, really? Well, what do you mean? And when the BAFTA awards came out and we got nominated and we came out here, we look at the dramas over here as much more compelling storytelling than we do in the States.
Right.
Because I think in London, the BBC and all that, you don't have the hang-ups of offending anybody. You don't get caught up on the whole race as much as we do. I mean, we worry about commercial endorsements and we worried about who we're gonna offend. We get more money, but that's the difference. Money's over there, but the art,
Artistic integrity
is over here. So when we found out y'all like The Wire, it meant a lot to us.
I was gonna say, you really didn't envisage it being as successful as it was then?
Hell no. We thought it was going, you know, when we first came out, the Daily News, the Post, they gave us half a star.
Wow.
They said that, you know, it was too slow. It's like a book. We can't understand what they're saying. So we were raised to believe, that cop shows went a different way. And when we first came out, in its core, we were a cop show. And in a cop show, you solve the case at the end of the hour, or it's very clear, bad guy, good guy. So when we started shooting, we were like, they're gonna hate this. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. There's a lot of talking. The cops are bad. The drug dealers are good. They're not gonna buy it. And it took a while for the audience to come along. And David Simon and Ed Burns, the creators of the show, they made it very clear that they weren't gonna fall into the pitfalls or the gimmicks like other cop shows. They were like, yo, this is what we're doing. Either the audience is gonna love it or hate it, but we're not gonna dumb it down. And you know, they were right at the end of the day.
The Wire, Calloused Hands, all about a journey from root to tip and focusing on the journey.
That's right.
As the integral, you know, substance to the movie.
That's right.
What's your own journey from aspiring actor to where you are now? I mean, how did it come to pass?
You know, I grew up in the Bronx, and my dad, my mom and dad both worked, so I didn't really see them that much. You know, I would come home from school, have my own key, come in, and my mom and dad would come home around 7 o'clock. We have dinner and we watch TV. You know, for my mom and dad, it was time for them to relax. And emotionally, that's where I saw, like the first time I saw my dad laugh, watching TV. The first time I saw my mom cry, watching TV. So early in my game, I realized how powerful the Idiot Box was. Yeah. It was there to soothe, it was there to entertain, and I wanted to be a part of that. When anything that can make my dad laugh or my mom cry, I was like, I wanna partake in that medium. And then after that, it was just running around New York doing theater, off Broadway, having fun. And one day, somebody was like, yo, John Singleton is casting Shaft. Shaft was my first movie. And once I got in the movie screen and, you know, worked with Sam Jackson and Jeffrey Wright, the rest was history. It was like, grow up, understand the power of this medium, and stay focused. And after that, things just started coming. The Wire came after that, and I'm not gonna say it was overnight, but you know, if I talk to somebody like Sam Jackson, we're kind of close now. He looks at me like, you can't complain. You've been in the game for about 2-3 years, and you already got an iconic character in your awesome repertoire. Yeah. So life is good, but it was easy. It was not easy, but it was the destiny was there for me. All I had to do was go out and get it.
I mean, what preceded that? Did you do acting school and stuff like that? Or
No.
was it literally just applied for the part and believed in your own?
Just doing a lot of theater. Like
Yeah.
me and my boys had a little theater company in the Lower East Side, and we would do our own plays, you know, original work, and you know, that was fun. You know, you do a play, after the play you get drunk, sign a couple of playbills. That was the life. And then when my lady at the time said she was pregnant, that life wasn't paying bills, and I was doing odd jobs, waiting tables, doing construction, and then I got a job working the door at a nightclub. It was a hot club called the Cheetah Club. You know, it was one of those nights on a Monday night where all of the Knicks basketball players, Biggie, Tupac, everybody would come through. John Singleton came through, saw my style, was like, yo, let him in. Come on, Mr. Singleton, I love Boys in the Hood. You know, and we talked a little bit. He said, I'm doing a movie called Shaft. Why don't you come audition? And the rest was history.
If you had any advice for an aspiring actor, you know, the world over, I was going to say over here in the UK, but the world over, what would it be?
You know, it's a unique question because this is the entertainment world. There is no blueprint. Everybody has a different path. I would say believe in yourself and surround yourself with supportive people. You know, there's nothing worse than being in your mid-20s in New York with no money in your pocket because you're doing theater. If I didn't have a good crew around me of friends, and my mom and dad were very supportive, I probably would have given up. I probably would have been like, you know what, I need a regular job because I need to pay bills. But my mom and dad and my friends were like, no, we got you, Drake. You're gonna make it. And they believed in me sometimes when I didn't believe in myself. So for anybody in the music game or the acting game or any artistic endeavors, you gotta have a good support group because it's gonna get hard. There's gonna be days where you're dead broke. There's gonna be days where you get a bad review. And you need your core to be like, it's all right, you're gonna make it. Without that, I don't think anybody can make it. You can't do it by yourself.
If the next 12 months or in the future, your idol role, what would it be?
My ideal role.
I got you down as the baddie in a James Bond movie. I don't know how that sits.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Let's be realistic.
I don't like to put negative out there.
That would go to Idris Elba. Stringer Bell is a Bond dude. For me, you know, I just want to. It's a crazy question, but I guess for anybody, I just don't want any restrictions. You know, Denzel, Jeffrey Wright, Will Smith, these cats. You know, I want to be able to or get to a certain level of success where nobody can tell me no. I can play anything. I could be a superhero. I could be a regular guy. I could be James Bond if I wanted to. I want to be able to be in power where I turn down the role. So, you know, I want to do every genre. I want to, you know, I guess the main dream right now that I'm working on is probably play Haile Selassie.
You look the part.
That's the first rule. Look the part, find, you know.
You look the part.
But there was a certain thing about him where, because of The Wire, you want to do something that is entertaining, educational, and inspiring at the same time. And somebody like him, at one time, there was a big story going out that they were looking at me to play Bob Marley, or a few people to play Bob Marley. And somebody told me to read the book. I started doing my research, and I bumped into Haile Selassie and how this little dude was, you know, had Bob Marley bugging out. And I was like, well, all right, Bob is cool, but who the hell is this guy? Who got Bob bugging out? And I started doing research on Haile Selassie and how powerful he was as an
individual.
Ethiopian
Emperor.
dictator, emperor. Some people love him, some people hate him, some people were scared of him. And when you have a character that has that many layers, those are the characters I want to play.
Oh, listen, good luck.
Thank you very much.
I hope it happens. Before we go, I just want to talk about the phenomenon that is English and British actors playing in American roles. I mean, you was that party with Dominic. We won't talk about what we talked about off camera. You know, I know it was a good party.
Yes.
But in terms of the success that they're experiencing at the moment, Dominic and Idris are just two, but there have been a few. I mean, what is all that about, and how do you kind of?
Well, you know, from my point of view, I really don't know because we're all actors, we're all creative, and I think that the British they come with a different sensibility that American actors don't. Not all American actors, but a few American actors don't have. And American actors are raised to really care about the audience. The American actors are, how do I make a blockbuster movie? How do I maintain my brand? The European, the British actors, they come from a more theatrical base. It's about the story. It's not about how I sell. It's about how I make you feel, and I think I respect that a lot more. You know, I hope that
because that's a bit more pure. Is that what it is?
it's spiritually more creatively satisfying. You know, you shouldn't worry about the audience. You should worry about the story, and if the audience is going to get it, they're going to get it. If not, they're going to research it, you know, and then find out why they don't get it. You know, but we're too connected to pleasing the audience. Because if we don't please the audience, they won't come, and if they don't come, I can't make money. If I can't make money, I can't sell. Like it's just tied into the marketing more so than over here. Over here, you know, I feel like y'all do what y'all want to do, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, I guess it was above your head, you know. So I think when they come over to Hollywood, they come out with that air of, I don't care if I make it here or not. If I don't make it here, I'm gonna go back and tell great stories back home. So it's up to you whether you want me or not. And if we are like, please want me, like, it's, you know, different. I hope I didn't fuck up my career when I get back home. We'll see.